Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'd like you to join me playing in my sketchbook. I'll show you 3 exercises that can help you to warm up, overcome the fear of a blank page and spark your imagination. So let's get into it. Before we start, we will need to make a quick list of things you feel comfortable drawing. Things you enjoy or whatever first comes to mind when you open your sketchbook. This will help you focus less on what to draw and more on the process. For the first exercise, we'll be making a pattern using a negative space. I'm using acrylic gouache, but you can use any material you like. Just pick something you are comfortable with and start by filling the page with colors you enjoy. I'm going with lighter shades, but you can make it brighter or darker. It really doesn't matter at this point. Just cover the page. Once that's done, take a brush or a pencil and make a very loose sketch of whatever you feel like drawing today. I usually skip that step, but I wanted to show you the easiest way to go. For this exercise, I decided to draw plants and rabbits. We recently saw rabbits in the park and they inspired me to make a couple of sketches. They have nice and simple shapes, so I thought they would be perfect for this exercise. The goal here is just to loosen up, so don't worry about clean lines or details. Keep it simple. Flowers, plants, anything with basic shapes works really well. Place your elements across the page almost like a pattern. Then for the next step, take a darker or lighter color depending on your background and start working with a negative space, defining the shapes. Fill in the background to make your shapes pop out. And again, you don't need to be precise, just loosely fill the space around your objects. This exercise is all about warming up, playing with colors and exploring contrast. Depending on your background, you can choose opposite colors or different values to make your shapes pop. At the end, you can add some details with a pencil or any tool you like. You can also layer more color if you want. And yeah, this is how it turned out. I really love to play that way in my sketchbook. Sometimes I could cover the page where I tested new materials. For the second exercise, I'm switching to traditional gouache because it works better for wet-on-wet technique. And here we will need to make some abstract blobs or shapes of color. I would recommend you choose a mid-tone color to make sure you have more room for adjustments. Try not to think about what they are, just place them on the page. You can use your non-dominant hand to keep things even more unpredictable. I'll be using Tombow markers, one with roughly the same color and another one for the darker areas. Colored pencil for the details and acrylic marker just in case I'd like to fix something. Once you have your shapes, the idea is to look at them and see what they remind you of. Try to find some silhouettes within those spots and build your drawing from there. I decided to draw people to show you how far you can go with this exercise. But you can keep it simple. Again, animals, plants, anything will work. These shapes are just a starting point. You can extend, adjust, and add anything you like outside of those spots. There are no rules here, it's all about experimenting and letting your imagination lead. This exercise really helps remove the fear of a blank page because you've already started with some spots of color. It's just about responding to what you see. I think it could help you to improve your observational drawings. It can help you start very loose and define your silhouettes and add more details on the go. Some of the sketches might feel a bit off, and that's completely fine. It's all part of the process. I can't say I'm very happy with all of the sketches, but I like at least some of them. For the third exercise, we will focus on the textures. I'm using an old brush, a sponge, and a paper towel to create different marks. You can take whatever you could find for the variety of textures you could make. I'm working with acrylic gouache and starting with a mid-tone. This is important because again we will need a room to build both light and dark values. Start by making lots of random textures and marks across the page without thinking too much about the theme of the sketch. You could see I tried different materials to make the textures, but I think sponge works the best. Then take a moment to look at what you've created and try to see something in it. For me, it started to look like a landscape, maybe a park with a pond, so I went with that. And again, we are starting from abstract and defining the theme and the shapes on the go. And as I've told you in my previous videos, when I'm drawing a landscape, I usually like to add some characters. So I decided to add a girl. I'm using the same Tombow brush pens on top of acrylic gouache. And because they are transparent, they preserve the textures underneath while adding color and depth. I love this combination because Tombow markers will dry lighter on top of acrylic gouache and darker on the areas without the paint, and this creates even more variety in terms of values and textures. As you build the image, switch between midtones and darker values and try to preserve some of the lighter areas. It's much easier to darken something than to bring the light back later. I think it's very important to keep those lighter areas with the textures. At the end, you can add more details with a pencil, especially in darker areas, to enhance the textures even more. And as you can see, I chose the analic color palette for this exercise because I really wanted to focus on the values. But at the end, if you feel like you want to add more colors, just go for it. You can take some transparent materials like watercolor or brush pens and to go on top of everything. You can think about the way the color will work on top of each other and how you can get new shades by layering the materials. Think of it like in screen printing, you can go with the yellow on top of blue and get the green. And this is how it turned out. I think it works really nicely, although I could probably push the darks a bit more. So to recap, the first exercise is about color and loosening up. The second one is about shapes and silhouettes, and the third one is about textures and values. These are all the things that we use when working on illustrations or sketches, and I think they are great to explore those themes in a very playful way. I hope you enjoyed this video and feel inspired to try it out. Let me know what's your favorite exercise in the comments. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!